Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. Today we are doing a review of a bunch of basic Amazon bodysuits. A lot of these I have tried before, worn a bunch of times, and loved, but I also wanted to throw a couple new ones in that I had been seeing on Amazon that I wanted to try. If you are new here, my name is Catherine. I usually review activewear, but we've been stepping into the normal clothes lately just to switch it up. And I wouldn't consider myself the biggest fashion girly. I like to dress up and look cute, but I also like to be comfortable, and that's why I love these bodysuits. You can put them on, throw them on with a pair of jeans, and you look really put together, but they're basically made of like an activewear material, so they're so comfy. If you've been liking these normal clothing style videos, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, and let's get trying these on. So I'm going to start with the bodysuits that I have tried before and that I'm always reaching for. They're from the brand PUMIEY. They're around $25, so they're definitely on the affordable side. And honestly, I just have not found better bodysuits. They're all made of this material. It's a 75% polyamide, 25% elastane, and they're all double layered. Even though it's a thinner, lightweight material, it has that double thickness, so they're really opaque if you are someone who just wants to go braless. Some of the other styles have different necklines that it would be difficult to hide a bra under, but they honestly kind of hold you in. Personally, I will always wear a bra with these, but if I had to not wear one, I would know that I'm covered with these. So the material is kind of like a brushed, almost like an activewear material. All of their seams are also super stretchy. That's a big pet peeve of mine with bodysuits since I do have a long torso. I hate when bodysuits are really uncomfortable in the crotch area because I just need so much length that these are always super long torso friendly because they have so much stretch, and the seams at the bottom are really non-invasive and super stretchy. Here's an up close of the fabric. You can see it's kind of just lightly brushed. And then the seams at the bottom, they do have a little stitch on the inside. It's almost like a seamless edge. All the bodysuits also have the little clasps at the bottom, but I feel like this is an unnecessary detail because you don't really see it. But it's still nice that they match the color of the little ring detail to the actual bodysuit. And then it's just a classic little clasp detail. So this one is a kind of crew neck cap sleeve. And another thing I like about these is that the bottom of them has really good front coverage. So even though this is a thong style bodysuit to avoid underwear lines, it's thin in the back, but you can see it has a good amount more thickness in the front. So it's not invasive front and back. Let's try this on. Okay, so here's the first one. I will be trying the rest of these on with some little jean shorts because I wouldn't be wearing it like this. All of them are very true to size. All of the PUMIEY ones at least. I have mostly smalls. I do have one extra small, and they're honestly super stretchy, so true to size or size down if you're in between. And for me, the small is snug everywhere. I don't have any gaping, and you can see we have pretty good front coverage. It's not quite as much as, you know, my personal preference in like a swimsuit coverage, but it's enough that I know I'm not gonna get a front wedgie, which is gonna be the main thing with these bodysuits because we will be wearing things over them for the most part. And then the back is a thong coverage, so no underwear lines. Now I'm gonna try these on with some shorts. All right, and whenever I wear these shorts, I get a million questions. These are the Abercrombie Curve Love shorts. Basically all of the jeans that I have are Abercrombie Curve Love, so when it comes to shorts, these are also my go-to. I believe I have them in a size 25. But anyways, here is the PUMIEY top. It is a crew neck. It scoops away from the neck a little bit, and I'm able to step into this one instead of having to get it on over my head because the neck hole is so stretchy. We have little cap sleeves here. You definitely get some bra lines and things in them depending on the bra you're wearing underneath. I am wearing a newer bra underneath this one, and I feel like I can see the lines a little bit, but it's not enough to bother me. But this fabric is just so matte looking but stretchy and sleek that I just feel like it's just a little elevated outfit, but it's still super comfy. I don't feel any discomfort in the crotch area. I honestly don't even really feel it because the seams are so stretchy. It definitely shows a little bit of sweat, so I mean, I am a human. I sweat in my armpits, so with the short sleeve ones, I obviously get a little bit of pit sweat looking, but it's just a part of life, people. On to the next. All right, we have another PUMIEY one, so I'm just gonna kind of go over the differences in them. This is definitely one of my favorites. This one has this kind of wider V-neck detail that just is really flattering, and it's also seamless along the V-neck, so you don't have any harsh seams again. All the other details are very similar to the other PUMIEY bodysuits, but I have worn and washed these a bunch, and they've held up really well. This one's actually an 80% polyamide, 20% elastane, so they're all kind of like a polyelastane blend, but maybe slightly different percentages. And you can see on this one the V-neck detail it's nice and seamless and double thickness. Okay, so here's this one. This is my current fave. I don't know, I just like the V-neck of this. I'm not a big jewelry person, but I feel like a little necklace would look super cute on this one. So I love the seamless neckline of this one. It just looks super polished. I don't know what it is. Like, how can a bodysuit look so polished? I feel like the sleeves are a little bit longer on this one than the last one. They're almost more like a quarter length sleeve. I definitely have to be careful which bra I'm wearing with this one. I can't wear like my fullest coverage bra because it is a more deep V, but I still don't feel like it's super cleavagey. Like, even for me, I feel like it's just like, it's open but still covered. And then here's the back, super plain. I love this brown color. This is just going to be my fall uniform. Like, as soon as it's just a little bit cooler outside, you'll be seeing me in a bodysuit like this and a pair of jeans and nothing else. All right, next is this mock neck sleeveless one, also from PUMIEY. We have some other brands, but these have just been my favorite. And another thing about bodysuits. Honestly, I am not a big bodysuit person. These are really the only ones I wear because they don't have the normal things that bother me about bodysuits. Like, one thing I do not want to do with a bodysuit is have to put it over my head and then clasp it at the bottom. And when you look at something like a mock neck, you think you're gonna have to do that. But this mock neck is so stretchy that I can fit my entire hips through this. So I can literally step into it and I don't have to use the clasps, which is great because I almost never use the clasps. I have this one in black too, but sometimes I think the black is like a little harsh, so I like this little brown one. All right, here is the mock neck. So again, also a size small, no gaping, it's not too tight. The neck comes a little bit up my neck. I would say this actually scoops a little bit away, so it's not like super tight against your neck. And this one is sleeveless, so kind of ends just right before the shoulder, and it scoops away a little bit in the armpit as well, but it's not to the point where it's showing any of my bra. And then again, the back is very plain. I also like that so many of these, the back is full coverage, so I can wear a bra underneath it, and I don't have to worry about a super open back where I would be seeing my bra band, my bra straps, things like that. So it's all very seamless and kind of smooths things out. This bra, I was thinking, was not the most seamless, but the double thickness fabric actually kind of helps disguise a lot of that. So yeah, I also like this one a lot. I have not worn this one yet, but gonna be a really nice fall piece. All right, this one I got recently. It's the same material, same everything, except this one is a long sleeve. So as we head into fall, even though it's still like 110 degrees today, but it has this nice little mesh detail on the top that'll be easier to see when it's on, but this one is super cute. Okay, so this is my first time trying this one. Definitely feels like the body material is the same as the other ones. We have nice long sleeves and they're super stretchy, so should fit most arm lengths. The top seam around this one was actually too snug for me to get on just by stepping into it, so I did have to pull this one over my head, which is not ideal, but that's honestly me just being dramatic. It's not a huge deal, but I just thought I would warn you. The seam up at the top is a little bit more stiff. So we also have this little sweetheart neckline detail with the mesh going all the way over the shoulders. So you can definitely see my bra straps through this. I don't necessarily care about that. I would probably still choose to wear a bra rather than go braless in this, but you could also do a strapless bra, or if support again is not a priority, you could always go braless. It is still double lined, and then you can see the mesh in the back as well. Yeah, I feel like this one is super cute, nice to have for fall when things do get a little cooler. The sleeves just add a little layer, but everything is still very breathable. All right, and the last PUMIEY one before we move on to some other brands. Actually, this one, I got this one a while ago. It says it's from the brand C202, but I don't think that exists anymore on Amazon. I think that that brand became PUMIEY. So anyways, I will link it below in whatever it is now, but this one is super cute. It's actually an extra small, but because these are so stretchy, I feel like you can size down and it's not a problem. It's still made of a double thickness, but this one has that kind of scooped arm and tapered high neck, which does make it hard to wear a bra underneath it, but like I said, with these you don't really have to wear a bra. And again, really good front coverage. You can see from the back that it's just got some good coverage down there, which is also really important. Let's try it on. Okay, so first of all, love the color of this one, love a dusty blue. And right off the bat, this one is an extra small. It just feels like a little bit more compression overall. None of these feel like super tight like a shapewear bodysuit, but this one is just a little bit more snug. So I do recommend sticking with your normal top size. And also with this one, you can definitely see my bra, just because this one is not meant to be really worn with a bra, with this kind of tapered shoulder detail. Super cute, but let's just try it on without the bra underneath. Okay, here's this one with no bra on underneath. You can see you're just getting that really scooped effect. I feel like I get a little bit more side boob than I should in this one, just because it's an extra small. I feel like normally it would come up a little bit higher and this scoop would be a little bit higher up, but right now it's a little bit further down, if that makes sense. So yeah, you don't see the color of anything because you have that double thickness. It's not a lot of support. Like, I feel like I'm held in place, but if I were to be moving around a lot, not as much. And it's definitely still thin to a point where if it's cold outside, you're gonna get some nippage. So just so everyone knows that. That's why this one is not my go-to. I prefer the ones where I can wear a bra under. Anyways, here's the back, kind of a racer back. This one's a little bit more like sporty looking, almost kind of like activewear vibes. All right, and we can't talk about Amazon bodysuits without talking about the viral Amazon bodysuit. I reviewed this on, definitely on TikTok. I don't know if I posted it to YouTube Shorts, maybe I should. This is the Shapewear bodysuit that a lot of people just wear on its own. It's technically meant to be shapewear, but it's like basic enough for you to just wear it on your own. But this is meant to kind of be like the SKIMS shapewear bodysuit. So the whole waist area is made of this compressive ribbed material. It has certain areas where it's less compressive, like the little bust space. And they have versions that have shorts if you're wearing it under like a longer dress or something. And I believe they have a thong one as well, but this one's just a regular like brief shape, which means you will have underwear lines. So it's not my favorite, but let's try it on. Okay, so this is the Shapewear bodysuit. When you hold it up, it looks so small, and I believe this is the medium large, so I definitely recommend a size up because the extra small, way too small. But anyways, I did put a cup pad in over here because the top part of this is just a little bit sheer, especially if you don't get the black. So I'm gonna pop this one in too, but just wanted to share. They do not come with the cup pads. These are just extras that I have. All right, so I just put those little cup pads in just so I can be sure that everything is nice and opaque. So with this bodysuit, you have this little compressive ribbed area basically all around the waist area, and it definitely sucks you in. I just ate some lunch. Let me tell you, I'm feeling held in right now. I have tried the SKIMS one, and honestly the SKIMS one, I immediately got like runs in the bottom of the leg because the seam was just like a tight seam. This one actually has a real seam at the bottom, which is surprisingly not really cutting me in any more than the SKIMS one did. Actually, I feel like it's cutting me in a good amount less, but I don't feel the same risk for getting a run in the nylon material of this, so I actually really like that. Actually decent coverage on the top, and you do have these adjustable bra straps, and the actual bust area is not a compressive area. It's supposed to kind of shape around the bust to still kind of like, you know, maximize contours of the girls up there while still kind of snatching. And then, like I said, there's various bottom options. This is just like classic bikini brief amount of coverage. You are going to get underwear lines with this, but I'm actually impressed that it's really not cutting into the glutes too much because I definitely have experienced that with some bodysuits before. So yeah, definitely size up because this is still shaping me and still compressive even in the size up. And then I figured let's try on the jean shorts. And there we are. It just snatches the waist right in. I would say that this one is definitely not as comfortable as the super stretchy bodysuits. Obviously, this one's meant to be like shaping. Here's the back, it kind of scoops down as well. And this one I don't feel the need to wear a bra with because of that kind of under bust support that kind of lifts you. And we also have those adjustable straps that lift up a little bit as well. But I do like the addition of the cup pads in just to give a little shape and prevent from any nippage going on. Okay, and I feel like I keep buying the PUMIEY bodysuits, and I always see this other brand on Amazon called REORIA. So I figured I would get some bodysuits from them and compare them. Sometimes I feel like Amazon brands are the exact same. They're just like under different sellers, which I kind of thought these would be the same. But now that I have ordered these and tried these, they're not the same. So this is a similar style to that blue one from PUMIEY, but this one is the REORIA brand. And the material is definitely different. It feels like a thicker material with a little bit more stiffness to it. It does not list a fabric composition on the item. I found a little inner tag, no fabric composition, which is just kind of weird. And one thing I'm immediately noticing about this one is the bottom coverage. You could tell on the PUMIEY ones that when you flipped it around to the back, you could see a lot more coverage in the front area while the back was still like a thong coverage. But this one, the coverage is the same in the front and the back. So it's not gonna have as much coverage for the lady bits, which does not appeal to me as much. There's nothing like a bodysuit wedgie while you're just trying to live your life. If I'm wearing a bodysuit, I don't want it to remind me that I'm wearing a bodysuit all the time by going up my pieces. So not a big fan of that, but we'll see how it is when it's on. The material definitely feels thicker and less brushed and stretchy, so I just love the naked feel of the PUMIEY ones, so I'm just not sure I'm gonna like this one as much. The seams do feel a little bit more stiff, and I love that the PUMIEY ones are double lined, like across the entire bodysuit, to the point where it's hard to even tell that it's double lined, but I know it is. But with this REORIA one, they made parts of it double lined. I flipped it around to have it inside out, but you're gonna get lines from this because they just kind of put like half of a double lining like just on the top and not the bottom, and this is the front, so it does have more. It goes down lower in the front, but I just worry that this part, since it's not sewn down, it's gonna like bunch up and be uncomfortable. So I just feel like this was a weird way to do the double lining, but anyways, maybe I'll try it on and it'll impress me, so let's see. Okay, so definitely not all Amazon bodysuits are created equal. First of all, I would just like to show that I'm wearing just kind of my normal underwear underneath this, and we can see just how tiny the front coverage is on this bodysuit. I honestly like couldn't even wear this. Like, it's definitely gonna cause wedgie problems, so let me pop on my shorts, but I just wanted to show that that is a lot. All right, it wouldn't be fair to you guys if we didn't do a cat appearance. So we have Pinto. It is his lunchtime, and he's making it known that he wants his lunch. He's gonna have to wait until the video's over. It's almost over. Almost over. Look at him. He doesn't even mind. This is how Ian likes to stretch him out. He's not doing it. He's kind of doing it. You just want your lunch, don't you? Oh. All right. Here, this one is with some shorts. So first thing I noticed is that all of the seams on this bodysuit are really tight, so I was not able to step into it. I did have to put it over my head and clasp it, whereas a similar style from the other Amazon brand is so stretchy that I can just step right into it. So it's not necessarily an important thing of just like being able to step into it versus putting it on over your head, but having stretchier seams just makes for a more comfortable bodysuit, especially in the lower regions. So I just prefer to have that stretch. This one is the one that has like that weird extra layer, and I don't know if you can see, but the inner lining stops right there in the back, and it is kind of gathered like right around here in the front, so you can see that little second layer. It is kind of bunching up a little bit, which I don't like. This material is also a little bit more stiff to the point where I feel like it kind of sticks out a little bit along the armpits. This one has a more like tapered shoulder, which would probably be better with like a racer back sports bra, a crisscross strap bra, or just no bra. But yeah, just not really liking this material as much. And I can't honestly say that it's that much more opaque than the PUMIEY one, because that one is a double thickness as well. And then here is the back, very plain. But yeah, this is definitely getting returned. I'm not really a big fan of this one. And I got one other piece from REORIA. I actually ordered this a while ago. I just like never tried it. I feel like I do that a lot. Since I'm like constantly getting things to review, they'll just sit in my closet and I won't try them for a while. So this is another REORIA bodysuit. This material feels better. It feels a little bit softer, but the whole thing is just single lined, and the seams I can tell are just a lot more prominent than the PUMIEY. And we are getting pretty micro coverage there on the bottom. Of course, you know, it is going to be like that in the back if you want thong coverage, but the front coverage I feel like is going to be kind of minimal. But anyways, this one I thought was cute, kind of fall vibes. We have long sleeves and this little asymmetrical neckline. Here's a close-up of the fabric, and you can see the seams are just a lot thicker and more prominent. Even at the bottom, they're just a lot thicker and more prominent than the PUMIEY ones. Hopefully it's still comfortable to wear for long periods of time, so let's try it on. Okay, here's this one. The fabric is definitely a lot better. Nice and lightweight and stretchy. Again, this one is not double thickness. In this darker color, it's not really needed. I was able to step into this one, even though the seams are a little bit snug, the neckline is so open that I didn't have to put it over my head. The coverage is a similar situation though to the orange one, so just keep that in mind. And while I think this one is super cute and I like the little asymmetric detail, it goes to a point where it just shows my bra strap, and I will just not be wearing a strapless bra with a bodysuit like this. Just not worth it for me, so I'd rather just get a long sleeve that actually hides my bra straps, or at least isn't so obvious about it. Like, I don't always care, but when it's like just enough that it's exactly showing my strap right there, it's just not really what I want to see. And then the back is a full coverage as well. So this one's not bad. I wouldn't say I don't recommend this one, just be aware of the bra strap situation. Okay guys, that is it for the video. I guess we have learned that not all Amazon sellers are selling the same bodysuits, which was kind of news to me because I feel like that happens a lot. Let me know if you'd like to see any other types of videos down below. As always, everything that we discussed today will be linked in the description so you guys can find that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!